you also said that you got to know so many things.
Mhm.
Um, I'm curious about what a soul really is. You mentioned past lives, eons of time, and yeah, uh, I'm very curious. What am I? Because you had your personality, right? Oh, I'm dead. Like it seemed like it was your personality.
Correct?
Was that the personality of Donna or
Yes.
the bigger, higher self of who you really are?
That's a great question. It's 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 who I am, Donna, but it's also who I am forever. So even though I'm having this life as Donna, as an American in the latter half of the 20th century, this new millennium, I'm living who I am here, yet I have a higher self. I have a That's the name that I understood when God used my name. It like opened up, oh, I've been this. So I'm sure I haven't been had the name Donna through 20 lives, So it was like so my personality would be like through those ages. Like there's parts of me that are have the experience of from where I am now, the Donna that I am, and all the experiences that I've had in this life have shaped who I am as Donna. But there's a core of me that is, and people want to know my sacred name. It's the reason why it's sacred. It's like, I'm not going to tell you my name. It's sacred. It's me and God. And there's some things that I learned over there that I'm not going to share either because it's some of the knowledge that I have was for me.
Mm.
What I want people to pay attention to what I was okay to talk about. I was okay to talk about choice and surrender. That I was given the green light to tell people about that. But there's other things that you have to go through life with your experience. If everybody knew everything, this won't be Earth. This isn't heaven. This is a working planet where you have to go through these things and evolve and make choices and consequences. If you know too much, you're going to be like, if we had the same love here as we have there, there's a reason why that's heaven or the other side, and there's a reason why this is Earth. So yes, I felt like I was the Donna personality that I am, yet there's a core part of me that has gone through the ages, and it is my personality, and I am a part of that. I didn't lose. You don't lose who you are.
Mm.
You don't. You are who you are, but different. Like you're your Donna self and you're your higher self is the best way I can explain it. Does that make
I
sense?
Yeah, I feel that's a relief. I've read a lot of comments from people being afraid of the concept of becoming one with everything. That I don't like, the notion of becoming one with everything because who am I then? I'm going to
Oh,
lose.
you're gonna be no, you're not gonna lose you. You don't lose you. That's and again, I call it a designer death because God so loves me that he so loves me that it's almost like I felt like at one point, I felt like the whole everything was just me and God. It felt like that. But I still had me, my personality, and the love that he has for that. Like he loves my humor. He loves, he made me. He loves what he made. He loves what I've done with it. So you are you. You're going to be you. And you're just going to be you. You're just going to find out more about your higher self or the self that's constant through the ages. And it's not a whole lot different. You still have a great personality, you know.
That's really interesting that these NDEs are so designer made. And I love that news because I don't like the thought of us not being special at all. I feel like
Oh,
we're really special, all of us, and unique.
we are
Yeah.
unique and special. And he has a love for, I mean, he's so great. He's so great. We can't even understand the immensity or the greatness, the capacity to, I mean, there's 7 billion of us. To love each one with so much love, it's like there's no end to love. When I found out the difference between eternity, like it doesn't end. The love that he has does not end. He has the capability of 7 billion. So no, you're going to be you. You're not going to lose yourself. And when you go over, there's no reason to be afraid. People ask me, "Are you afraid of dying?" Not afraid of dying, but I am afraid of getting hurt. I didn't like the pain.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I didn't know there was near death experiences. So if you're saying, "Oh, I really would like a near death experience," don't. don't do that because I have a scar, I have a leg that just I drag around, my lungs aren't great, it's like I swallowed all this lake water with all these germs in it, and no, it's like to come back, like, let those of us that have NDE try to help you that haven't, and you can have spiritually transformative experiences. You can meditate, you can get to these states without having to die. And it's just how are you living each moment, really, truly? How are you living each moment of your life? How are you thinking? How are you thinking about your beliefs, about other people, about, you know, to bring that love, to just, my heart got broken open, and that's the best way I can say love just pours out all the time.
I found it very interesting that you said that you knew so much, but you can only share a little bit, that you got a green light from God to share surrender. That is interesting because it seems like there's really a deep reason why we have the veil, right? Why I'm not experiencing this, you have. Um, but how does it feel like being Donna now coming back, knowing all of these things that you are not allowed to share, but they must influence you, right? Because I've
Yes,
heard a lot of people have challenges coming back to this
right,
normal 3D
right.
world. So how have you been coping with that?
It's really difficult to do that. When you've experienced the afterlife and that love, there's times here I just sit and also have the veil also has been open for me, so I can have, I don't want to say glimpses. I don't know what the adjective is. I have access to God and the guides all the time, but it's not like I'm not sure how to explain that. It's like I can feel them every minute of every second since I've been back, but I still have grumpy days, and there's days I'm still, you know, say to myself, "Oh, why'd you say that? Have you ever done that, Yannicki? Have you ever done where you said, oh man, sure wish I hadn't said that. I hadn't done that." Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield. It's like you still um, you still have to go through this life, no matter what you've known or experienced. We're still back here, so I still have the sense of time on my body. I still have my humanness here. So it's almost like you put on a wet raincoat or something when you come back, and you still have to kind of trudge through life at times. But for me, when I go to meditate, it's I can't meditate every second of every day, but when I sit in my room and I get to meditate, it's like a freeing of my soul. And there's some people that come back, like Natalie Sudman, my good friend Natalie Sudman, and her near-death experience in her book Application of Impossible Things. She gets to explain a whole lot more about what she saw on the other side. So again, it's like designer return. It's not like we're like everybody can't, like it's a big secret. It's not that. It's what I've been asked to do when I came back.
I want to circle back a little bit. I'm curious about if you have reflected upon, so why did I experience exactly this? You've probably seen a lot of other NDEs and they're so different. So, and there seems to be so much symbolism in these experiences. Have you reflected upon, why did I have this experience and not that experience?
Yeah, that's a great question, Yannicki, because it's like, like I said, you asked about my spiritual journey and how this changed everything. So it's changed how I view um, life here and life there. And so for me, some of the things that I can share for me is that a knowledge of having um, a circle of guides around me and decisions that we make before we come into each life. And so um, you get to make decisions about what experiences would be best for my soul as Donna in this next incarnation. And so I could pick, we think this would be good, or I could also choose with my counsel. Well, let's have this experience and let's have that experience. Yet most people think, well, that's predetermination, and it's no. We still have free will. So I can make all these choices with my guides and gods before I come in, because at the last minute you hear, "Oh, and you're gonna forget all this." So, it's just like we still have free will here. So I could have a guideline, I could have a script, and I can choose not to follow it. And so, but there's some parts of the script that you had prearranged or you had agreed to that you don't get, you're gonna get a form of that. That's the best way I can describe it. So why it happened to me is I feel like I went with my guides beforehand and made some decisions about some experiences I would have here.
To watch the full video, click the link below, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel.